Our first guest knows a thing or two about keeping audiences entertained, both on stage and on your phone screen. Canice Nnanna, he grew up in a traditional Nigerian household where comedy wasn't exactly on the approved career list. But at an early age, he knew it was his calling. After years of hustle and side gigs, it was his TikTok series called Black Pop Quiz that changed everything, racking up millions of views and over 300,000 followers. Now, he has a new series called Black Facts, and the white boy's here to talk about it. Let's see this.
Black Facts. Ladies, to fully understand how wild it is for Kevin Durant to be traded the same day as Game 7 of the NBA Finals, just imagine you've seen somebody proposing at your wedding, and the person who proposed is your ex, and they showed up to your wedding wearing all white.
Oh, somebody's a KD fan and a basketball fan.
I am. I like Durant, man.
I like this. You happy KD's back here in H-Town?
I am. Super huge fan of the Houston Rockets. Always loved KD. KD has been my favorite player. I'm lying.
Oh, stop that, yeah.
But he is now. He plays for the Rockets, so I'm with him.
Well, more important, you know where he went to school.
Yeah, of course, Texas.
Horn, that's what we care about. That's what I think. Canice, it is great to have you. Having a great day in Houston so far?
Absolutely. It's the greatest day, man.
All right, listen, a comedian. Now, I got to start this. A Nigerian family. Now, typically in a Nigerian family, if you look at professions, I think the background is you're an engineer. Maybe you have a PhD. What did your parents say when you came up to them and said you wanted to be a comedian?
See, the first thing really is that my dad, he thought it was a joke because he was like, you want to be a comedian? That must be the joke. Because he felt as though when he came here, he struggled. He migrated over here, he struggled. He always tells a story about, I only had $30 to my name. $30. When you have $30, you don't laugh. You cry abundantly, tears of abundance. That's all it is. So to him, being a comedian, instead of being a doctor when I was born here, to him it's like, I don't get it. Like everybody else, just be a doctor. It has insurance.
I like that.
So yeah, so he wants something basically with insurance.
I can relate to that because when I grew up up in a culture, in a household where my parents said, you're going to be a doctor. You need to be a doctor. You need to be a lawyer. So you know what my mom said after I said I wanted to be in radio and TV?
Tell me.
I couldn't hear. Her head was in the oven, man. I just said, what are you talking about? Like that. And so it's an interesting career move. But, you know, starting at your age when you're young, because you have 4 siblings and you're the second of 4 siblings.
Yeah,
how did you even get into comedy, obviously, being around parents and family who work so hard? I mean, what was your inspiration?
Well, if I'm being totally honest, like I knew since I was young I wanted to be, you know, in comedy, but it was never a thing in my household because it was always about education. So it wasn't education, it wasn't really that important. So I knew, but I kind of like never really took it as far as I should have. You know, I always did some performing, things like that. So as I went through college or whatnot, I found myself hosting events at the school. And next thing you know, and making parodies and stuff like that, and boom, voila, here we are. I'm doing an open mic one day, and I was like, I love this. So yeah.
Well, you certainly got the personality, but a lot of comedians, they get their inspiration from somebody, depending on what generation. And I kind of know the generation you're in. What did you watch? Did you used to watch a lot of comedy bits? I mean, who was your big
man
guy?
When I was growing up, the funniest person in the world was Eddie Murphy.
Gotcha.
Oh my God, Coming to America, Life, Nutty Professor. This was my stuff. And so when I finally got into comedy, I was like, oh, let's see what Eddie Murphy does. And Raw. And I was like, that was the one.
And we're looking at Raw right now like that. And first of all, how come you don't wear the leather outfit, man? That fit is so strong. I see the chain, but you need to put the leather on.
I think it's Houston. You know what I'm saying? So,
it is Houston. You're
hot.
allowed to wear it, man. You roll up and down Richmond or Westheimer, man. You just fit in perfectly.
If I'm wearing leather on Richmond and Westheimer, I might get a couple horns honked at me or whatever. So they might ask me to come in the ride. So I think I'm okay.
You had a head start. You know, if you grew up, listen, I follow comedy since the 50s, the 60s, and 70s, and you've got to, work on the circuit, and then you get on the talk shows. You had the luxury of growing up in the era of social media.
Yeah.
And it was TikTok and some of your viral videos that really made you who you are right now. How did you get into that? And, where did you feel like this social media, this is the thing that's going to launch me?
Well, the crazy part is I've been making content since I was young or whatnot. I was helping my brothers and cousins. We made like parody videos every now and then. I would not But actually, it wasn't until I mean, I was making content for years and years and years, and then the pandemic hits, and everybody's at home looking at their phone, and I was like, oh, this is a great opportunity to make some content, you know. So TikTok was booming. I was like, let me just get on TikTok. Made a couple videos, woke up the next day, it was viral. I said, okay, let me make another one. And it just turned into this big thing. So
yeah, we just saw a few clips over here like that. I mean, parodies are fun without a doubt. And you did something off the Soulja Boy right there, and you just started rapping and doing something. That was your big one.
Yeah, that was back in like 07, I want to say 07, 08, somewhere around just a few years back, for the young whippersnappers out there. Me and my brothers and my cousin, we was like, yo, let's make this video or whatever. We used to always make parody songs. So that was our thing. And that was the biggest song at the time, and we went and did it.
You have how many followers? 300?
On TikTok, it's 300.
Look at you.
13, 14,000. And it just keeps growing.
Okay.
It just keeps growing. That's the fun part about it. And it's from everybody all across the world. Like, they love it. I have fans who are Vietnamese who love my black pop quiz. They do Vietnamese pop quiz or whatnot. So that's the fun part about this whole thing. It has just spawned everybody just getting to be a game contestant.
Yeah, let's talk about that game contestant. It was Black Pop Quiz.
Yeah.
This is what you were big at. And, I was up to midnight last night, and I was in tears in my bed just looking at it on my tablet like that. Yeah. How'd you come up with the Black Pop Quiz? Because, you're a game show, man. I don't know what you're doing here. You better get out the Hollywood.
That's what I'm saying. I'm the next Steve Harvey. I'm coming for you. I was like, what if they had a game show that literally just played off of our culture, but also helped Gen Z learn about the culture that they didn't get to have or whatever. As me, a millennial or a Gen X, and so on and so forth. So I said, all right, cool. Let's make something that brings us together, and it works because it makes everybody a contestant.
It does,
so they get to be a part of it. So yeah,
it is very fun. Also, you're not only a comedian, you are an educator too, not a teacher. But tell us about that real quick.
Okay, so the district has they have this cohort called Dyad, and what Dyad does, we come in as community members. And we help enrich the students in spaces in the community in which they aren't offered for the most part. So it's through schools under the NES system or whatnot. So schools that basically need it. So we come in there, and whether it's yoga, we're teaching about crypto and things like that, photography. And me, I teach basketball to them. So so now I got to teach them about KD.
Okay.
So KD, if you out there, man, come visit my students, man. Come on.
KD is good. I saw some pizza over there. I know you try to raise money. You want to get back to those kids real quick, right?
Yes. So it started off as me just doing something, just supporting the kids. And I was like, because kids don't respect nothing except a pizza party. Like, for real. They don't remember nothing except a pizza party. So I was like, one day I did a pizza party for them because they were doing so well with me. And then the next thing you know, it spawned into them like telling me about what their dreams were and what they want to be, and I just started supporting them. And next thing you know, and it all started around the pizza party.
That is fun. That is awesome. Well, you're doing well, and I'll tell you what, Katie, I know you're listening. Welcome to H10 over there. My boy, Canice, he wants you to come help with those kids. Congratulations, and I know people will be looking for you this coming weekend because it's Jokes Over Brunch. It's hosted by Canice. It is back this Sunday, which is 713 Day. It's at 1:30 p.m. at the Punchline Comedy Club. And you know what? Part of the proceeds, they're going to benefit his students with those pizza parties we talked about and welcome back goodie bags. To purchase your tickets, I want you to visit greatdayhouston.com and we will connect you.